Hey, how's it going, everybody? Happy freaking Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm pumped. It's Wednesday. It's the end of the year as we know it. Pretty soon, we're going to be talking in terms of 2024. Hold on. I'm feeling a little short. Oh, there we go. It's nice when you can just, grow a few inches at will. No comment. Shout out to everybody already joining in. Oh my goodness, we got some support in the chat tonight. Shout out to Fitabit. Shout out to my man Top Dog. Of course, channel member, channel moderator. Just an all-around legend. How's it going, Top Dog? Good to see you, James Alden, another channel member in the house. We've got my man B Shady, another channel member. Gosh. And then we've got Neil McKenzie and Ed B. Welcome into the connoisseurs and collectors of all things sharp and shiny. Everyone, give Ed B a warm welcome. We appreciate you, Ed B. Thank you so much for the support. And then, of course, Jay from Michigan says, finally able to catch a live. I need to do more live streams. And we talked about this a little bit on the last live. I'm thinking about putting in another live stream next year. And I know that sounds like a long ways away, but we're already a week into this month. And then that's it. So don't be surprised if you see that there is a poll, not like a poll, but like a poll. You know what I'm talking about. Don't be surprised if you see a poll on the community channel asking what day would you like to see a weekend live stream, because people ask for it, and I want to do that. I want to do more live streams. I think they're a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to interface with the people that watch the channel, to hang out with you guys, talk knives, and so think about that. What day of the weekend would you like to see a Rollshambo live stream? Shout out to Scott Brew in the house. We've got, I need to catch up. We've got Double Detent, Kobe Venable. We've got Josh 33025, Donald, is it Milinkovic or Milinkovic? I'm bad with names, so I apologize. Welcome in, Donald. Good to see you, man. Another channel member. We appreciate everybody showing up today. Speaking of channel members, did you guys see that this channel did a blowout sale? It was a massive sale. I put up 18 knives for sale because I know that this is just the tip of the iceberg. The amount of growth that this channel saw this year was phenomenal. It was far beyond what I had imagined, far beyond what I shot for, actually. For my first full year, I shot for like 1,000, maybe 1,500 subscribers, and you guys came in force. So I was like, I'm running out of space. I like half of these knives are amazing knives that I just don't have the time to carry. And I have a rule. If I'm going to have it in my possession, I'm going to carry it. And if the day comes where I can't carry it because I just have too many knives, then that means that I have too many knives. So the channel members, I was getting to that part. I'm long-winded, I know. The channel members got the sale video first. So if you watch that video and you're like, damn, I really wanted that RS Chaos, or damn, I really wanted, one of these other knives, but it's already unavailable. How? It went to the channel members first. And that's one of the perks that I give to channel members, is that when I do sales, and there's no guarantee that there's always going to be a sale or that I'll sell everything or whatever, but when I do sales, which will be multiple times a year, the channel members are going to get the first dibs. So if you like some of the knives you see popping up on the channel and you're like, damn, it's not available. Rollshambo got one, but they sold out immediately and now it's not available. Consider becoming a channel member. I made it as cheap as YouTube would let me. I think it's like $2, maybe $3. It's a cup of coffee. Buy your boy a cup of coffee and you get first dibs anytime I sell a knife. Just my way of saying thank you to the people who help support the channel. the sale is going extremely well. I think I only have 2 or 3 knives left to sell. I mean, geez, you guys, listen. The amount of support you guys showed for the channel blowout sale was phenomenal. And it just goes to show that there's a ton of support in this community. I hope that everyone that bought a knife off of me, your knife is in the mail. I've been hustling to the post office last 2 days during my regular lunch period. Yeah, spent that at the post office. I did that for you. Because it was the least that I could do. I hate waiting for shipping, so I guaranteed that I would get those in the mail the very next day, and I did. So thank you. Check your emails for those tracking numbers, guys. They're on the way. Oh my goodness, shout out to Oreo Dave. Oreo Dave in the house, everybody. And by the way, did you know that he's been a channel member for 11 months, and his message is happy holidays, you filthy animals.
Keep the change, you filthy animals.
Dave, channel member, channel moderator, another one of those diehard supporters. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you for supporting the channel and always being a pillar of this community. All right. So I'm just scrolling down. You guys are filling up the chat, and I definitely appreciate it. Top Dog says, good sale, got some stuff myself. Yep. James Alton says, went fast. Yeah. I've done 2 or 3 other sales this year. Smaller, much smaller. This was the biggest knife sale that I've ever done. And I was prepared to go to NAF sale. I was prepared to go to Reddit. I don't like going to Reddit if I can help it. The one time I've gotten scammed on a knife swap or knife trade happened on Reddit. It soured my opinion of Reddit for forever. But there's a ton of good people on Reddit as well. You just have to be smarter than I was, and it's not too terribly difficult to spot the deals that are too good to be true. I took a chance and it bit me. But I don't have to go to NAF sale anymore. I don't have to go to Reddit because you guys damn near cleaned me out.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope that everyone enjoys their knives. I made a point to not put up anything that I didn't want to keep. That's the thing is that it breaks my heart to see such great knives sitting and not being carried. Like when I looked at, for example, the O-Knife Freeze 3, that one sold. That's a fantastic knife from O-Knife. It's really cool, a community design, but it was sitting. I hadn't carried it in like 3-4 months. I was like, why? Someone else could get some love out of this one. I could pass it on for a better price. It's in damn near brand new condition. Why do I get to hoard it? So that one got put in the sale as well, and that one sold. And but that's just an example of what I was looking at, because I don't want to be looking at my knife collection depressed, like, when am I going to carry this? That's just so I'm glad that these knives were knives that you guys also had interest in. And I'm excited to hear what you think. You know, I give my opinion all day, every day, but getting feedback from people is really cool as well. James Alton says, glad you had too many. I got one. Yes, you did, man. And congratulations. I heard that. I know you reached out to me via email. My email's been exploding. So I'm not sure if I responded or not, but I'm glad that it arrived safe and sound, because you can never be too careful with the post office. Every single package that I sent out had insurance. Yeah, because knives go missing in the mail. Sometimes you get a knife in the mail and they didn't seal the box. That happened to me on this one. Freaky stuff. I would never ship your knife without tape on the box, but apparently some companies think that that's fine. Not me. I'll make sure your box is secure. Ed B says, Fwags, maybe you should see a doctor. Hey, shout out to Dwayne Letterman and my man Ian Coates, channel moderator, hopping in.
Oh, yeah.
What's good, Ian? Good to see you, man. He says, I'm bummed I missed the sale. Probably had some fuegs. I think you mean fuegos. Yeah, man. You know what? There's still a few that I have for sale. I'll show you guys, actually. The Midgards Messer Sleipner V2. This one's still available. This one's going for $280. I also have guys, this is a good one. I already had someone reach out to me about this, but I don't know if maybe they just didn't want to use PayPal or didn't have PayPal. But as of right now, unless their payment is in my inbox, the Kalem Blades Ari is available. $200. This is kind of a last chance to buy this knife because I don't believe Kalem Blades is doing another one of these. His website for this isn't even up anymore. This is titanium with an aluminum carbon fiber overlay, single-sided captive pivot, S90V. QSP did an amazing job. The action is so good. It depressed me to see this knife not being carried. $200. This one is still available. And then another rare one. Here's the crazy part. These last three knives, they're knives that you can't just go out and they're limited quantities. This one's for sale as well. This one is the Spyderco Magnitude Peter Carey design. Sweet knife. $280 for this one. And here's the deal, guys. Legitimately, I'm not sweating it. If these three don't sell, you will see no tears from me. They're great pieces, and honestly, I sold more than I had anticipated. So don't feel like I have to get rid of them, but they're part of the sale, and I'm going to let the sale go on for another day or so before I take the video down. So if you want one of those, hit me up. My email is rollshambo.edc@gmail.com. PayPal. Shipping only to the US. I found out something kind of interesting because someone bought a knife off of me and I saw that they had an interesting address, and so I Googled it. Have you ever done that where you do like a Google Street View and you Google an address? I did, and it turned out it was an international package forwarding service. So if you're someone that watches like my giveaways that I do every now and then, if you watch those from Canada and you're like, man, that's cool, but you don't ship outside of the country, you know, what am I supposed to do? Consider using a international package forwarding service, because that is an option. So for those of you international people who don't live in the US, who want to get in on knife giveaways, not just mine, but like Metal Complex, Knives, a lot of the US content creators don't do giveaways outside of the US because of customs, because customs sucks. Use a package forwarding service. I have no idea what they cost, but that option is out there. And if you win a really good one on a really nice knife, it might be worth it. Consider it. Just gonna throw that out there. Shout out to Anaso in the house. Yeah. Good to see you, Anaso. Old Dominion EDC says there is a stress in having too many choices. Have you ever gone to the store and like maybe your significant other, like your wife, girlfriend, whatever, sends you to the store and they're like, I need some water chestnuts, and you go there and there's like 10 options. You're like, do you want the chopped? Do you want the sliced? Do you want whole water chestnuts? What do you want? And then there's 10 brands and you're like, do I go for the low sodium? No, it's better when there's like a few options, because then the choice is easy. You know you're there for a reason. And here I am talking about buying water chestnuts in my live stream. Yeah, it's one of those tangents that I tend to go off on. A shout out to Pedro Armstrong, who's joining in as well. Experience Precision, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Jay Scott, welcome in as well, brother. Good to see you too. But yeah, guys, the crazy thing about this time of year is it seems like companies and designers are squeezing in their last designs of the year. They're like, can I get out a banger before the end of the year? And so there's actually quite a few pre-orders that are going to happen or about to happen. So I thought that'd be pretty fun to talk about today on the live stream, right? You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Hey, welcome in Richard Kastner, channel member.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome in, Rich. Good to see you, man. But yeah, so let's go ahead and hop right into that. Boom. I know, and I'm a crazy man. I actually released a video on this guy right before the live stream. This is the Matzy Lynx. The Matzy Lynx. It's a collaboration between Kombu and the Matzy, and both of those designers are really, really good at what they do. And they're both Polish. The Polish know what they're doing with knives, and this is an example of that. He actually reached out to me. A lot of times I have to do the outreach to get the attention of a designer or a manufacturer and say, hey, would you let me borrow your knife? You don't even have to give it to me. Just let me borrow it so that I can tell the good people on the tubes about your design. And a lot of times they're like, nah, we're good. We sent it to, Neves and Metal Complex. Shout out to Neves and Metal Complex. But in this case, the Matzy reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to test it? Didn't ask for a positive review. I didn't guarantee one. But damn, that is a sexy piece. This one's going to go down December 15th, guys. The one he sent me is pretty sweet too. This is the Stonewash variant. This is the one that Tri-State EDC had before me. He forwarded it to me at the Matzy's request. Stonewash handle skills, Stonewash blade. And I know a lot of you are looking at this like, why would I get the Stonewash when the fat carbon fiber version is just so beautiful? For those of you who actively carry your knives like I do, and it breaks your heart to see scratches on them, the Stonewash is a good option. And it's a good option because while outwardly it might not look as slick as the satin finish with the inlay, it's going to show less wear and tear over time. In fact, it's going to wear in. And so that's when this is going to be a good option, because you still get all the beautiful lines and contouring. And I can tell you, this is just a prototype, but it's good. Oh yes, it's good. The action, buttery. The blade shape, really good. It has a very faint compound grind. It's hard to actually see it, but it does this cool thing where it keeps the blade, it keeps the spine of the blade thick all the way till the point. When I say thick, I mean as thick as the spine gets. It's not a super thick spine. And then it just tapers off there at the end with that compound grind. And that's great. It's very clever. And then another thing that I like is the pocket clip. It's got hidden pocket clip screws. Come on. Oh, and yeah, T8 screws all around. I did a full review on it. I just released it. So hopefully if you guys are interested in that, check it out. I had a lot of fun making the videos, but I always have fun. This one going down on the 15th. There's another one though, and it's from my friends over at Devo Knives. You might also know as Lefty EDC. Shout out to Lefty. Oh, Kev, where's the pre-order? It's either happening on the 14th or the 15th. There's going to be a version from traditional pocket knives and 80s fat carbon, 80s camo carbon fiber. There we go. The Lush is being released. Why don't we see it up here, Kev? Am I gonna have to go to Instagram to find this? The Devo Knives Lush. Let's Google it. All right. Let's see if we can find this. We're doing it. We're going to the gram. Here it is. All the way to the Instagram. That's the this one right here is the 80s camo carbon fiber. It's not a slip joint. But I believe it's going to be dropping on the 14th. There we go. The Lush drops on the 14th. Not a pre-order. It is a drop. Very important distinction. I think they're going to be around, yep, $200. Fat carbon fiber inlays on titanium. So I'm in a chat with Lefty EDC, and he's just like, I had to cut costs somewhere to keep the overall cost down, so it's got a wire clip. And also we didn't have enough to send out a whole bunch to people to review. So yeah, and I said, what do you mean I've got to buy it to complain about wire clips? Here's the thing. I complain about wire clips, but you can get Lynch Northwest titanium wire clip replacement that makes it more of like a Spyderco clip if you like those. Rip's Garage Tech also does a wire clip replacement that's a 3D milled titanium pocket clip. So it's not the end of the world. You know what? Like, hopefully I'm able to get my hands on one. But that looks great. The Devo Knives Lush. But that's not all. I feel like an infomercial. But wait, there's more. So check this out. The Jack Wolf Knives After Hours Jack. Now this one is, these are expensive. These are expensive. The After Hours Jack is the second non-slip joint knife that Jack Wolf Knives is releasing. And look at that, especially in the purple haze. I guarantee the purple haze goes first, but they're expensive. $350. That's a lot. It's a lot. But it's basically like a midnight jack, but instead of a slip joint, it's a front flipper, fuller, flicker, frame lock, bolster lock knife. He did an amazing job on the Gunslinger, the first version that he sent out. A lot of people didn't like the Gunslinger's blade shape, and a lot of people said I'd rather have the Midnight Jack Warncliffe blade shape. Well, here you go. It's $350. Damn. That looks good. Coffin style handle scales. Looks great. All right, so let me see if I can catch up with my chat a little bit here. Josh says, or they could get it themselves. I don't know. Dwayne Letterman says, never go low anything. Never go low anything. I always come into these conversations a bit late. Average Joe in Oz says that scale finish looks like Chris Reeves knives. Are we talking about the Lynx still? Oh, dude, listen, stonewash can be really good. Like a polish over a stonewash is, it's so underrated. It's so good. One of my favorite knives, one of my top 5 knives is this guy. This is the Strider AR .75, and it's crazy because it's got stonewash on the handle scales and stonewash on the blade. And this one, I always find a reason to carry this knife. It's gotten wear on it, but because of how good the stonewashing is, how natural it looks, it doesn't look like it's been beat up at all, even though it's spent a lot of time in my pocket. The natural patina on this is crazy. The blade is stonewashed as well, and then they did like a polished satin finish over it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Deceptively great fit and finish on here, despite the fact that the deployment hole is a little on the sharp side. Strider, could have knocked it down, dude. Apparently, over time, your fingers will wear in a natural bevel. I still love it. It's imperfect, and I still love it. But that's my point, is that stonewash finishes can be very good. Very good. Ed B says, how's that tiny flipper tab feel? You mean on this one? It's not bad, dude. For a hidden flipper tab, it's not bad. It doesn't push buttons. So like, as you can see, I failed it there straight up and down on a push button. And a lot of that has to do because your finger will catch the tang of the blade and stop it from doing that. But if you do a light switch, it's good. The ceramic bearings and detent feel fantastic. I'm someone that prefers to do a fuller flick myself, or even a thumb flick, and it does that beautifully. So yeah, It's good. This one, I think they're going to have a pre-order special at like $297. It's going to be worth it. Hey, shout out to Bluminati Ninja, who's not only a channel member, but also just gifted 5 memberships to the channel.
Oh, yeah. Keep the change, you filthy
Man, Bluminati Ninja, thank you, brother. Thank you. Very, very generous. And shout out and congratulations to the 5 more connoisseurs and collectors of all things sharp and shiny. Welcome in to Jay Scott, Dwayne Letterman, Mark Parks, Ginger Fisher 75, Double D10, a couple regulars that I see popping in and out of the membership. Thank you guys, and a few new faces too. Welcome in. I'm working on doing more perks for channel members. Right now, the main thing is you just get first dibs on any channel sales that I do. So anytime I sell a knife, you get first dibs. I'm considering doing that a bit more often in 2024. I'm working on finding a way to make that feasible. So maybe it's where I work out a special deal with, you know, a manufacturer where I get it for a reduced price, and then I can, you know, do a catch and release and sell it after the review. Those are risky, and those are hard to guarantee. What if I get a complete dud that nobody wants to buy, and then I'm just stuck with it? Anyways, I'm figuring out more perks. Until then, the channel membership is as cheap as YouTube will let me do it, and I appreciate you guys supporting all the way. All right. So yeah, After Hours Jack. I'm curious, how many of you guys are going to get in on the After Hours Jack drop? This is also not a pre-order. This is a drop. It looks so good. And here's the thing. If Fat Carbon Purple Haze is not your thing, they're also going to have a DLC, smooth DLC version. And I believe this is full DLC coating. So if you're ever someone that's afraid of having your pocket knife scratch, and I you know, it's easy to laugh at it over here and be like, oh, you carry it, you scratched it. But DLC is one of the best coatings you can get. You know, it's diamond like carbon, and it is, it's really hard to scratch. A lot of people they'll mark up their DLC on like their Spyderco Manix 2, for example, and they'll think that they scratched it, but they didn't. What happened is that the DLC was so tough, it actually took on residue that looks like a scratch, and you can actually like wipe it off with rubbing alcohol. Let's see. I've got an example. This is my Spyderco Manix 2. This is the first Spyderco I ever bought, and this thing has slain some boxes. Okay. This is just a regular S30V version with the DLC coating. I've processed like hundreds of boxes with this thing. Cardboard is tough on knives. It marks up knives, scratches blades. I believe it's the silica that goes into a lot of cardboard. Anyways, I had a bunch of scratches on this, and then I started learning about diamond like carbon, or the DLC coating, and I took some alcohol wipes to it. And now I don't see any scratches. Yeah. So you want your knife to continue looking brand new, consider a DLC coated knife, especially when the handle scales are DLC coated. That's badass. To me, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing. If I had my druthers, I would go for either the Purple Haze or the jigged hand satin finish titanium. Yeah. Look at that. You can also get some Skiff Rocket Glide bearings from Jack Wolf Knives. That's pretty cool. That one's also dropping on the 15th. But wait, there's more. There is more. Let's go over to auxiliary manufacturing. For those of you who like fixed blades, this guy hand makes these knives. He hand makes them, but he'll do like he'll do several runs, and they're actually available. Yeah, so if you like, you know, fixed blades, the one he's dropping is going to be the Pocket Bowie. And I tried to actually get one of Auxiliary Manufacturing's knives for review. I reached out to him and I said, hey, can I borrow a knife so that I can tell the good people on the channel about your fixed blades? And he said, yeah, I'll check out your channel. And then I never heard back from him. But that's how it goes. Like, sometimes they respond, sometimes they say no, sometimes they say, let me check out your channel. And then you never hear from them again. And I get it. You know, like, a lot of times they probably think that I'm just asking for free stuff, but I'm totally cool to review loaners. But he does make some pretty sick looking fixed blades. And these are all handmade right here in the great US of A. And I believe this one's going to be going for like 350 as well. Right now they say sold out, but that's just because they haven't dropped yet. That's actually dropping in 2 days, on the 8th, 4 p.m. Pacific. Carbon fiber wrapped handle scale. Like, I think this one is probably the best looking variant. It's probably not the most comfortable. I think the carbon fiber would probably be more comfortable, but $275, handmade AEBL steel, 61.5 HRC Bowie style blade. That is good looking knife, and it comes with a Kydex sheath. I think that's an ulti clip on there. Super cool. I think Neve's got one for review, but like, if you're into American handmade fixed blades, keep an eye on this guy's site on the 8th, because that's when they will be available. I actually do think these are going to sell out. Richard Kastner says, get a mirror polish on that DLC. That would be amazing. I'm trying to remember. I think there are a few knives that have mirror polish DLC. They're always expensive. I can't imagine what it's like to actually polish DLC, given its resistance to wear. But I've seen it on, what was it? A custom knife, a CKF Evo. I've seen it on a Borka Blades custom, the one that Metal Complex has. Illuminati Ninja says, love me some blackout blades. Dude, are we talking about the After Hours Jack in DLC? Curious. You know what? This one actually looks pretty good too. That's in the Mojave and Ivory G10. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Look at that. Straight from the maker, he scratched the blade for you. You don't have to worry about hurting the knife. I think it looks good. The manufacturer's patina. They're like, I didn't screw up. This is how it was intended. Now give me your money.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Just kidding. I actually do think this one looks rather good. The Mojave and Ivory G10. Goodness. So let's see. That's $235 for that one. The most expensive one is going to be the carbon fiber for $265. Am I right? No, it's going to be the Stingray wrap. That one is the most expensive at $275. Damn. That's not bad though. That's not bad as far as American handmade knives are concerned. Experience Precision says, does it come with 5 other knives for that price? No. It's actually, honestly, from what I've seen from American handmade fixed blades, using any kind of good materials, it's pretty standard fare. I think that he's in line with the market on that. Is it too much? That's a question you have to answer for yourself. I would be willing to bet, even if you just want to like have a gentleman's bet with me right now, I would bet you that by December 10th, all of these that are released on the 8th are sold out. How much do you want to bet? I would bet my bottom dollar. I'd be very surprised if that didn't happen. Experience Precision says ProTech does some mirror polish DLC. Why haven't I seen that? I might have to look for those. Richard Kastner says knife modders do it. All right, so you guys are making a point. I need to take a look at some mirror polish DLC at some point. Said, oh, I thought it was $350. No, $275 is the most expensive. That one's $265, the second most expensive. That one's $235. This one, I don't know why I keep coming back to this one. $235. That's actually a pretty good looking knife. And then this one also okay. So on the high end, $275 for the Japanese stingray wrapped. And let's see. With the Kydex sheath, of course. Yeah. It's a good looking piece. It is small. A lot of people that like fixed blades like bigger fixed blades. So yeah, those are just the knife releases that I know of that are happening this month. Crazy, right? It's bananas. And there's no way to keep up. Like, I feel like we're in a silent recession where some of us are doing all right and many of us are not, financially speaking. Markets are crashing. Nobody's talking about it. We're too busy talking about, the Kardashians and what they're up to, which is a sad thing. Shout out to all of the working class people out there. Know that you're not the only ones struggling. We're technically all in it together, which is ironic because we never talk about it, but that is the truth. So I don't know, somewhere out there, there's somebody, just a crazy person, buying all of these releases at the same time with no remorse. That's how you know you've made it. When you can clean out December and, still be able to buy something more than Top Ramen. Hey, shout out to Mattisfaction, Maddie in the house. You guys already know. I don't have to tell you. Check out Maddie's channel. One of the best senses of humor in the whole community, period. I said it. I said what I said. Good to see you, Maddie. Welcome in, brother. Double D coming in as well. He says, fell asleep way early and missed Maddie. Sorry, buddy. Of course, I'm wide awake now that it's nearly 11 p.m. Well, we're glad that even though you missed Maddie's live, you're here. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. Tori Casey, welcome in, brother. He says, anybody have anything on the new Spyderco Bodacious? Looks like a slimmer shaman with no nub. I got excited there. Started moving the frame around on my stream. The Spyderco Bodacious. This is one of their new releases. You know what bugs me? We were supposed to get a Spyderco PM2 Bowie release. Where was that? Why is that still a prototype? Why haven't they released that? That's Eric Glesser's prototype, and he never released it. He just teased it on their forums. Thanks a lot, Jack. I've been waiting. Here I am all entitled, but the truth is that, like, I don't know why some knives never make it out of the prototype stage, and the only difference between them and their counterparts is the blade shape. That doesn't make sense to me. All right, Spyderco Bodacious. You're right, it does look like a shaman. No nub. That looks like the shaman. Nubless in 2024. Let's see. It says, designed by Spyderco co-founder and Blade Magazine Hall of Famer member Sal Glesser, the Bodacious is named after an American bucking bull that became famous as the world's most dangerous bull. Inspired by the legendary animal's indomitable spirit and impressive strength, our Bodacious is a hell for stout folding knife designed for an unfailing reliability. Its broadleaf shaped blade is full flat ground, CPM S30V, yada yada. You can get it in plain edge or spider edge formats. Is that their term for serrations? What? It's a shaman without the nub. I think it's a little bit slimmer, if I'm looking at that correctly. I could be wrong. to donuts, that is going to sell out the moment it drops. Guaranteed. That $350 MSRP, I hope that that's not real life. I hope that that's their fantasy fiction of, manufacturer suggested retail pricing, and the actual advertised price is more like $200. I hope so. But yeah, looks like a shaman without the nub. You're 100% correct. Experience Precision says Kunwu dropping Padres on the 30th. Email from them to me when I asked about hearing they're no longer getting made. Yeah, they're probably cleaning out stock. Word on the street is that they're going to start doing some more risky designs. Bladed Carry says Bodacious is uninspired. Spyderco is getting outpaced by Benchmade in terms of new designs. Yeah, but not in price. I think I'm disappointed in both Spyderco and in Benchmade, but for different reasons. Spyderco has yes, they've had their prices inflate marginally over the years, but they're not like ludicrous. Benchmade is smoking something. They're like, what if we gave you a Benchmade infidel, but made it purple and called it limited? Would you pay $600? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ian Coates says, who's Maddest Faction? Doesn't ring a bell. Don't do Maddie dirty like that. You know who he is. And I know you know because Ian knows everybody. Ian is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. He's like John Wick. Ian says, was the SpyMyto drop? Was it? I thought it was called the SpyMyto. Is it, or is it the SpyMyto? SpyMyto, yeah. So this is a crazy looking knife, and this is a new design, but it carries a lot of Spyderco's design language. There's one thing about this knife, and I'm going to tell you, like, because I saw their press release when they announced that they were coming out with new models, and there's going to be a flash batch and all of that. Flash batch. I guarantee you that those sell out immediately. But here's the thing. They're not making these. This is their brand on it, but they're letting another OEM make these. So typically when we see a Spyderco, like for example, on this Peter Carey Magnitude, yes, it's made in Taiwan, but it's made by them in Taiwan. If you get a paramilitary 2, it's made by them here in their Golden, Colorado manufacturing plant. If you get one made, they have their own manufacturing plants in different countries. This one is made by Lion Steel, and I don't have any experience with Lion Steel, but I do know that they're a Italian manufacturer. I've heard that some people have had some really great experience. Some people love Lion Steel. I personally don't have any experience with them. But I'm concerned because Italian manufacturers notoriously do softer heat treats, where they heat treat it to a softer HRC. We see that a lot with giant mouse knives. We see that a lot with the MKM knives. A lot of knives coming out of Italy are just on the softer side. And I feel like the community wants harder steel. We want better edge retention. Every time I run a poll on the channel and ask what's the most important knife steel property to you, people always come back largely saying edge retention. So that's what kind of makes me nervous. Aside from that, I think it's a good looking knife as far as Spyderco's go, which is to say it's a weird looking knife. It's going to be an M398, and that's why I'm nervous about the HRC, because that's not a stat that they list anywhere. Because Spyderco has never listed it, and they've just let people review their knives and test them and be like, yeah, this PM2 has, 62 plus HRC on this M390 blade, but the moment they hand the reins over to Lion Steel, are we going to see the same consistency? Are we going to see the same attention to detail? The commitment to proper heat treats? Are we going to see that? I don't know. That's the one thing that makes me kind of nervous about it. But I have a feeling that Spyderco might have an extra say. The other thing I was going to say is, look at that gap in that frame lock. Why didn't they just do a compression lock? Come on. Come on. I don't want a frame lock. I want a compression lock. I'm entitled. But it is a new design from them. All right. Let me catch up with the chat. Josh says, still no micro Jimbo. I thought they did a micro Jimbo release, or are those still in pre-order? Hey, welcome into Craig Vincent. He says, not me, still trying to catch up and get good knives from the 90s. The 90s. Bringing you all the best top 40 hits. Right? Ian Coates says, it's not Bodacious, it's Bodacious. The Bodacious. I'll take your word for it. Tori Casey says, anybody teetering on a Padre don't thing is money. I haven't checked one out yet. And I've never encountered anyone that's tried out that knife and didn't say that it was great. Sadly, I will probably miss the very last release of that, which is a bummer, but maybe one of you guys will lend me yours and I can review it. Maybe. We'll see. Jay from Michigan says the Grambo Russ EDC went live for pre-order today as well. It's a bit smaller than the OG Russ. Really? I missed that. John Blackman says, is it compression lock? Already answered that. I'm looking back up in the comments now. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do a compression lock on this. That's a damn shame. Jay Scott says, man, I had to step away to take the dog outside and I came back to a gifted membership. I don't know who I have to thank, but thank you. Go ahead and send those thanks to Bluminati Ninja. Bluminati Ninja out here. Thanks again for those gifted memberships. Bluminati, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Double D says, Rollshambo, 5 things I wish I would have known video is one of the best in the knife community in 2023. For those that may have missed it, watch it after the live. Great content, sir.
This is Sparta!
Thank you. Thank you, man. Double D, that truly means a lot because I kind of sweat over that video because I went in and I showed channel stats. That's not something that YouTube typically likes. YouTube does not like it when people show the truth about behind the scenes. They don't want you telling people how the sausage is made. But also, I didn't know if it'd be well received or if people would even care. You know, I looked at all the other channels that I follow. I haven't seen a video like that from any of the channels that I followed. So I was like, is it risky? Am I wasting my time? Are people going to watch? Are people going to care? It was actually very well received, it was really cool to see that I could do more than just review a knife and people would be interested. So thank you for saying that, and thank you for supporting the channel. That does truly mean a lot. Top Dog says, Benchmade, are they still around? I thought they priced themselves out of business. It's like this little kid walks up to the Benchmade store, wherever they're located, like, please, sir, can I have a knife? How much money do you have? $300? I need more. How much more? $1 million. People from the 90s will know what I'm quoting right there. It's Austin Powers. It's Austin Powers. I know. It's been a long day. I'm loopy, but you guys are still here. Ian Code says, I'll do Maddie however I want to. Oh, man. Hey, shout out to Chef Rocky. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Tori Casey says, seriously, the Narrows is Sabenza money. I know, dude. And the people that I know that I trust, I'll give you 2 examples. Duty's Daggers, Lefty EDC, Sharif Manganis, who is a knife designer, knows a thing or two about knife design. They all said the same thing. The benchmade narrows is not only too expensive, it's poorly designed. I'll repeat that. It's not just that it's too expensive, because that sentiment is in fact 100% opinion based. And a lot of people bought the narrows. And I think a lot of the people that bought the narrows were disappointed because the design, like the blade's off-centered, it feels like a knife that just has the liners, like a knife that's missing the scales. That ain't it. The narrows ain't it for 500 bucks. Shit, I would say it ain't it for 300 bucks. I wouldn't buy the narrows for 300 bucks. Although you could have on Black Friday. Tori Casey says, have had a few lion steel knives. Man, got rid of both of them. They were fine, but not keepers. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like I've looked at lion steel knives before, and I've never been 100% sold on what I saw. I've never seen a lion steel and been like, I've got to have that. Why don't I have that in my collection? So I'm concerned that this knife is being made for Spyderco by Lion Steel, because I don't know if they're going to be held to the quality, to the fit and finish that we're used to seeing from Spyderco. And that makes me nervous. Can I write it off? Not at this point. But I can tell you this. I sincerely hope that Love Them Knives does a PMI test and finds out just how hard that M398 really is. Because if it's on the softer side, that'll be bad. Super bad. So yeah. What did you guys carry this week? I haven't done that segment yet. What did you carry today? If you're curious what I carried today, I carried a couple things. This guy, the Matzy Lynx. I also carried a knife that I can't show you yet because I haven't done the video on it yet. But it's a knife from Concept, and it's really good. It's really, really freaking good. So there'll be a video on that coming out soon. I also carried this, and I'm so impressed with this, guys. This is the O-Knife O-Pry 2. It's a pry bar tool with a pocket clip that has a tiny little ruler on it, a bottle opener. It's got a Torx driver. And it comes with Torx bits that you store inside there. Honestly, this is where it's at. This is a yes. These are highly worth it. Great little pocket tool. It's also got a little wrench set in there. Make space in your pocket for one of these. Love carrying that. And then lastly, I carried my precision pens, my smooth precision pens, bolt action, titanium pen. And rest in peace to these pens, because Smooth Precision Pens shut down their pen manufacturing. Made in Texas. He's not done. He's just moving on to manufacturing knives. And that was the last I heard from him, which is too bad because this pen gets a ton of use. I absolutely love this. I think what happened was the market shifted on him, and he wasn't getting as much interested people or new interested people in these pens. And so we decided to go on to another part of the market. Business move. But this pen, it's money.
Oh, yeah.
I carry this like every day. Love it. What did you carry? What was in your pocket? Hey, shout out to Mikey Daily Carry in the house. Mikey DC. Guys, if you haven't checked out Mikey DC, check him out. Chef Rocky says, if you want to borrow some knives from me, just let me know. That may very well happen. You know, I cooled it. I cooled it on the borrowing knives from viewers thing, not because I didn't want to, but because it's because of security on the internet. I still need to set up a PO box for the channel, because I'm at the point where I'm shipping and receiving a lot, and it freaks me out putting my personal address on there, because even though this community is filled with a ton of really good people, there's some weirdos on the internet that I do not want them to have my address. And so the bigger the channel gets, the more that needs to happen. So that is going to happen in 2024, probably January. And when that does, I'll start reaching out to viewers to see if people want to lend me their knives for me to make content on. And that will be when we do that. But got to be safe first. Nico Diaz in the house. He says he carried the Petrified Fish Victor and the Mini Pyrite. I love the Petrified Fish Victor. You know what knife survived my purge, my collection purge? The Petrified Fish Victor. I always find a reason to carry this knife. This was one of my this is one of my favorite budget knives, bar none, period, end of story. I love this so much. It just does so many things for me. It's a Bowie shaped blade. The action is sublime. It's a freaking guillotine. The lockup is good. The micarta has aged really well. Love it. Love it. I haven't tried the Mini Pyrite yet though. Average Joe carried the Kaiser Veritas. Nice. Veritas by Jacob Lundquist. Super, super good. Oh man, speaking of that, I was embarrassed because I made my video on the Kaiser Veritas and I confused Jacob Lundquist of Kvist Designs or Kvist Blade Works with Justin Lundquist. And here's the thing, like, I found out afterwards, but once you upload a video, you can't, like, yes, I could have chopped it out. It would have made the video look terrible. It would have looked like a really bad cut. So I was like, you know what? I'm human. I'll let my mistake live. You know, what are the odds that, Jacob or Justin Lundquist watch this video anyways and see that I mixed them up? Yeah, Jacob Lundquist watched my video. And he was just like, we are not the same person. Not sorry. I was like, well, never say never. Like, how's I supposed to know? You find my channel and watch my video. I'm not invisible anymore, and I can't take that for granted. But I am human, and I do make mistakes. I got a hard time for that one. Jacob Lundquist, I'm sorry. Bladed Carry says, Exceed Designs Tyrant, the SPK Lamia, and the NGM Co. FN plus F key. Nice. The Exceed Designs Tyrant is one that I've wanted to check out for a while, and I've actually been in communications with them. So don't quote me, because nothing is finalized, but you may end up seeing one on the channel. That could be pretty cool. Ian Code says Mikey DC is Mikey Distribution Center. Don't let him do you dirty like that, Mikey. Ian Coates throwing all the shade tonight, but it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. We like to have fun here. By the way, guys, if you haven't done so yet, please hit the like button. Hitting the like button is important because it tells other people on YouTube that this is where all the fun's happening. It tells YouTube that people are watching this live stream, even after the fact. The live streams go up on the channel as a regular video the next day. Did you know that every time you watch a live stream and you don't smash the like button, a knife is born with a weak detent? Only you can prevent those weak detents. Smash the like button. Neil McKenzie carried the sencut Honorus, the Gerber US 1, the tiny SOG, and the Oh My keyring. Nice. That's great, dude. Craig Vincent, he's always coming in hot with the deep carry. Check it out. Craig Vincent carried the Cold Steel 8010, the Range Boss, the Frenzy, the Grick, the Large Voyager Clip Point, the Civivi Vision, and a newly rehabbed petrified fish sporting a graphite colored micarta and the CS Secret Edge Necker. Zombie Apocalypse, I'm going to hang out at your house. You got all the toys. You know, we'll build a fortified fortress. Everyone's invited. We'll do cookouts every day. Zombie Apocalypse, see you there. Tori Casey says, Mikey Daily, love my lefty Vero. Vero Engineering makes some nice knives too. Double D carried the Concept EDC Tac Timascus and the Victorinox Rambler with tactile turn ember. Nice. That's a solid carry. Average Joe says, no harm, no foul. It's a great knife. Yeah, I agree. Mark Park says, I carried the Pony Stout today. All right. A little bit of Devo knives in the daily carry. The Pony Stout's great. I like it. I liked it a lot when I reviewed it. I don't think that Devo knives, like, Lefty EDC and CM Designs, I don't think that they can miss, man. I've never tried one of their knives that I didn't like. For example, you know what else survived the purge? This guy, the Nip. I am not necessarily a small knife guy, but this is quite possibly my favorite small knife at the moment. It's so good. So good. Might end up on the chopping block someday, but today is not that day. Richard Kastner says, I had the Chavez Street, the QSP Hawk, and the tactile turn bolt action pen that was modded by Serpent's Run Customs. Nice. He says, now I'm flicking my brand new Hinderer Eclipse 3.0 that got today from the in-laws.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Hinderer Eclipse is such a cool knife. I'm not a big Rick Hinderer guy, but the Hinderer Eclipse is one that's on my list to keep an eye out for. Tori Casey says, nice in-laws. I concur. Shout out to Michael Upchurch. Welcome in, brother. Good to see you. And Vaping Grandpa says, I had a ProTech PT Plus today. Nice. That's solid. Welcome into Todd Carr. Todd Carr recently released from Mod Duty over at the Neves Live. Neves Live must have just gotten off. Welcome in, Todd. Good to see you, man. I'm glad that you joined this live. Average Joe says, has anyone picked up the Kaiser Huntsman? Want an honest user review. I tried. Kaiser now sends me stuff occasionally, which is a huge improvement over, a couple months ago when they didn't ever send me anything and said, yeah, we'll keep you in mind for the future. They're sold out. I tried to get one. The Huntsman, I believe, is a community member design. I could be wrong. Tried to get one, couldn't get one, sold out everywhere. Bummer. What I've heard from a lot of people is that it's a knife with great action, with good fit and finish, but the blade shape is polarizing. The people that like it really like the blade shape, and the people that don't like it because they don't like the blade shape. Nico Diaz says, I'm also not a small knife guy, but it's amazing to have a utility shaped blade in your fifth pocket. Amen. You want to know what my favorite thing about this Devo nip is? Like, I don't care that the pocket clip is stiff because I don't use it. When I carry this knife, I carry it in my fifth pocket. And then my regular pocket is open for carrying a bigger knife. There's no sacrifice being made. I don't have to sacrifice anything to carry this knife. But it's super useful for popping open boxes. That's why I like it so much. Craig Vincent says, I have to carry all those knives in order to make room for all the knives that arrive daily. Clearly, it's quantity I'm after, not quality. Oh man, you're killing me, dude. Do you have cargo pants? Do you wear cargo pants? Maybe I should wear cargo pants, and then I can have a carry like you. That's the dream right there. Invest in cargo pants. Experience Precision says he carried the Mordax and Magnicut, the Olight iPen Pro Glow, the Olight Baton 4 Premium with charging case. Yeah. The Olight Baton 4 Premium, this guy, I love it. Talk about meaningful improvements. And I'm not talking about just upgrading the button. Like, upgrading the look of the button is lame. But the battery indicators on here, the power indicator for what power mode you're in is on there. But most importantly, being able to control it in a stepless, so you can control the brightness in a stepless mode. So like you press and hold and it turns on. Well, it would if I didn't have it locked out. Let's fix that. There we go. All right. So you press and hold this power indicator button, right? You press and hold. And then you press and hold again. And it gets like, there's no stepping. It just gets lighter and lighter and lighter. And then you can press and hold again. And it'll get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. Like, that's cool. The case is actually freaking useful for more than just charging the light. That's awesome. Awesome. Love it. Average Joe in Oz says, Huntsman Designer is local to me in QLD, Australia. The blade is the only catch. Agreed. I actually like the way the blade looks. But people know that I have eclectic tastes when it comes to knives. Like, I like knives that look different. So naturally, I was drawn to the Huntsman. I just wasn't able to get one, which is, you know.
Epic fail.
It is what it is. I wanted one, couldn't get one. Wanted one, couldn't get one. They released twice, couldn't get one. Bummer. Mr. Prosthetic says ramp. Yes, that was indeed the word that I was looking for. Words are tough. It's been a long day. Might need more coffee. Mikey Daily Carey says the purple nurple is a beauty. Picked it up at West. Mikey knows what's good. He knows. It's great. Craig Vincent says, now my dilemma is Shark Lock versus Super Lock. Cargo pants are the only kind of pants I own. Think about it. The flashlights need a home too. They do. Correct. I'm just missing out wearing jeans. I need to get some cargo pants. Todd Carr says, I think it can be used as a battery bank as well. Yeah, it can. I think that was a use that you could do on the Baton 3 though. I have a Baton 3. Had one since before the channel. Loved it. Still do. I like that you can actually use the Baton 4 case with the Baton 3. That's also pretty cool. But it's super good. You know, another light that I like is this one. The Woobin X3 with the charging case. Talk about versatile. You can charge other devices with it. You can charge the X3 with it. The X3 Owl has wireless charging. So if you have a wireless charging pad, you just pop this sucker right on there. The head it swivels like 180 degrees. It has a little screen, magnetic tail cap. This clip, which a lot of people think is a pocket clip, but it's not. It's actually to clip it onto like gear on your front. And so you can swivel the head so the light's pointing outwards, clip it onto your gear like a backpack strap, and you have light moving forward without holding it and without clipping it to your hat. Like, what do you do? Like, yeah, I would 100% clip this to my hat, but what do you do if you're a fella that actually has hair that doesn't wear hats? No. Anyways, don't sleep on this guy. The Woobin X3 Owl. It's actually really good. Really good. Oh yeah, and check this out. The lanyard cable that comes with it. is a ruler. You can't see it very well in my lighting. It's a ruler, but it's also a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. So you attach the lanyard and you can charge anything with a USB-C port on the go. It's already attached. You've got a ruler right here. You got a USB-C charging cable right here. Come on. That's cool. Now, I'm going to address something because I got a comment on my Woobin video. When you order from Woobin's website, it ships from China. What that means is when it ships from China, it might take 2 to 6 weeks to get there if you buy directly on their website. Someone left me a nasty comment. They're like, I ordered because I trusted you and you didn't tell me that it took 6 weeks to ship. Listen, pal, I'm not responsible for you reading the shipping agreement. It ships from China. China ships slow. Could have bought it from Amazon. So, I'm telling you guys now, if you buy from Woobin's website, understand that they do ship from China. It could get there as soon as 2 weeks, could get to your house as soon as 6 weeks, but it's still going to be a lot quicker than, pre-ordering a knife. We live in the age of now where people like, if I can't get it right now, I'm canceling my order and I'm holding the YouTube reviewer responsible. Like, okay. Make my day, pal.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Mr. Prosthetic says words are dumb. Yes, they are. Especially my words. Man, I'm tired. And I'm still going to go to the gym after this because that's the time that I have to do that. So we're going to go to the gym after this. Double D says one of the best things about the 90s and early 2000s is cargo shorts. # never forget. Preach. Top Dog says Woobin just makes some great different lights. Yes, they do. I like their stuff. I like that they're different. I like that they're overbuilt. I like that they're trying new things. Craig Vincent says, I momentarily got caught up in a Tucson bidding frenzy. The result was I have my first knife on the way in M390. What's the deal with M390 over S35VN? All right, so I'm glad you asked. Here's what I'm going to do, because I haven't done it so far this stream. I don't think I did it last stream either. I'm going to pull up my knife steel comparison sheet, which shows Dr. Laren Thomas's knife steel ratings, and it compares them. So let me find that and I'll pop it on the screen share. It's called Steel Snobs. God, I need to do another Steel Snobs episode. I have one planned out. I have like all the info already gathered. It took hours to gather that info. And then I just like, I'll do some reviews. I'll do some other videos. I need to do another Steel Snobs video. All right, so check it out. And I'll zoom in here because, all right, so we're zooming in. Maybe that's too far. Back it out. All right, there we go. So this sheet is compiled up of all the steels that have been rated by Dr. Laren Thomas, aka the guy that runs the Knife Steel Nerds website. He's a metallurgist. These are his ratings. So you wanted to know what's the deal between S35VN and M390? Let's see what a metallurgist has to say. And remember, these are not linear ratings. These are just like, for example, the higher the rating, the better. 1 is bad. Like 10 is good, like really good. And you also have to understand that there is a trade-off, right? So if you have, for example, really high edge retention, you're going to have lower toughness because edge retention typically comes with more brittle blade steel properties. It just happens. So what you're looking for ultimately is you want at least 2 of the categories to be high, and understanding that the third is going to be a little bit lower because of that trade-off. So S35 VN is going to be more tough than M390, but it's not going to have as good of edge retention or as good of corrosion resistance. So according to Dr. Laren Thomas, what you're getting here is with M390s, you're getting much better edge retention and much better corrosion resistance. That's actually kind of the stick for M390. A lot of people mistakenly seem to think that M390 is really high edge retention, and it's good edge retention, but it's not amazing. Where it really shines is corrosion resistance. And that's not to say that S35VN doesn't have good corrosion resistance. One thing that I will say it does have is better rounded out stats. So M390, if for those of you who didn't know or didn't watch my Steel Snobs video on it, M390 is actually not a knife steel initially. It was created for the plastics industry in like the early to mid 90s. I want to say it was like 95, 96. I'd have to check my info on it. S35VN, on the other hand, was created specifically to be used in knife steels by none other than Chris Reeves. That's right. The same guy that makes that designed the Sebenza designed S35VN specifically for knives because he wanted a well-rounded out knife steel that ticked all the boxes. Nothing on S35VN is rated low. That's what you have to understand. S35VN has adequate toughness. It has adequate edge retention. You don't really see a lot of fall off there. And it's got more than adequate corrosion resistance. And oh yeah, it's not hard to manufacture like M390 is. So M390 is going to have better edge retention and better corrosion resistance, but lower toughness. S35VN is going to have really well-rounded stats and everything. It's just not going to be better than M390 in anything but toughness. The caveat to all of this is that is if they were both heat treated correctly. If M390 wasn't heat treated correctly, throw it out the window. I'd rather have the S35VN. Because of that level of difficulty that manufacturers have in properly grinding and processing M390, we have a lot of M390 that's not properly heat treated. It's far more common to see S35VN that is than M390 that is. So I would actually, in that scenario, give the edge to S35VN. But that is my opinion. Oh wow, I gotta catch up with the chat. I'm sorry guys. Experience Precision says, Rollshambo, that case you have will charge other devices through the Type-C port. Yes, it will. Absolutely will. On the Olight case, yes. And it will on the Woobin X3 too. Top Dog says, yeah baby, I got that. It's cool. I think we're talking about the Woobin at this point. Todd Carr says, I like the through night lights as well, good quality and well priced, good batteries as well. I should probably reach out to Through Night. You know, I'm starting to do more flashlight content. I've actually considered doing a separate channel for flashlights. If I do it, I don't know if I'll even tell people that it's me. I might just do different content and see if people actually figure out that it's me. Be sneaky. Could be fun. Todd Carr, nope, already read that one. Mr. Prosthetic says, hey, do they have any SLD magic info? Not that I know of. Craig says, I think I'm spoiled with all the Cold Steels I have in S35VN. Yes, Cold Steel's Taiwanese OEM does a great job on their S35VN. They do a great job. Nico says, Laren Thomas is also not a fan of M390. I remember him saying that in an interview. Yeah, me too. Did you know what Dr. Laren Thomas's favorite knife steel is? Aside from MagnaCut, it's S90V. Because of its extremely high edge retention, decent toughness, and extremely high corrosion resistance. S90V is an amazing steel. Hey, shout out to Gator Aaron.
certified badass.
Hey, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Have you been hanging out in the background? Did I just miss your entrance? Apologies, sir. Good to see you. Craig Vincent says, Rollshambo. I have no idea what I would call the channel. I am thinking of doing it, though, because all of these flashlight companies seem hell-bent on sending me flashlights to review. And I like it. Like, I'm getting into flashlights. I enjoy it. It's a challenge for me to figure out how best to talk about them. Like, you can hand me a knife and I'll know how to talk about it in the first 5 minutes. You hand me a flashlight and I need to carry it. I need to use it. I need to figure out the terminology that makes sense to people that know about flashlights so that I can at least sound intelligible. It's a challenge, but I'm enjoying it. So I might create a secondary channel purely for flashlights. And I might do it incognito. So if you see any flashlight channels pop up in 2024 and you're like, could it be? It just might be. We'll see. Gator Aaron says, I'm a little delirious. Mikey says, call it Rollshambo. Oh man, you guys are killing me. I was thinking like, you know, Grandmaster Flash or that. I don't have a good name for it. Post your best idea for a flashlight channel name in the chat. Oh my goodness, Gator Aaron Delirious has gifted 5 memberships.
This is Sparta!
Welcome into the new and returning connoisseurs and collectors. Current connoisseurs, go ahead and give them a warm welcome. Thank you, Gator Aaron. You are coming in hot with the gifted memberships, man. Thank you so much. Colby Venable says, Gator Aaron, thank you. Yeah. Thanks, man. He's so generous. Like the amount of generosity that I've encountered in the knife community is staggering, truthfully. Bluminati says, roll with a voice changer and flashlights. Yeah, I don't have a voice changer. I'd have to hit up Tri-State and see what voice changer he uses. Do you know? I don't know. Maybe what if I, instead of doing a deeper voice, which is what I know Cole, Tri-State EDC does, he does a voice changer for a deeper voice. What if I did a higher voice, like a true squeaker? Like, I think I might actually have something that can do that. Hold on, let me see here. What if I did, this could be a bad idea. This could be a very bad idea. Let's do, I'm playing with my soundboard now. What about this? What about
this? Is this too much? All right, we're gonna turn this off now.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Bluminati Ninja member for 1 month. Thank you, brother. And then he gifted another 5 memberships?
Keep it change, you filthy animal.
Man, you guys, thank you. Thank you. You're too much. I appreciate it. And welcome into 5 more gifted members. Channel members, welcome everyone in. Jeez Louise. Gator Aaron says, it's Cole. I don't have anything against Tri-State, but I do like giving him a hard time, though. You got to. You got to. Gator Aaron says, let's get them all green. Top Dog says, you just sounded like Tri-State EDC, bud. Is it time for me to retire? Like, when I can't do that. I can't listen. My sound is unique to me. When I canceled my live stream, not last week, but the week before that, I canceled it because I couldn't talk. I tried, I recorded a video, and then afterwards it sounded like my voice box was under a cheese grater. If I can't sound like me, I don't like, what's the point? What's the point? Shout out to Todd Carr. He says, awesome channel. Keep up the great work, Rollshambo. And oh yeah, he's been a channel member for 4 months.
Certified badass.
Filthy animal.
Thank you for being a channel member for 4 months, Todd. Your support means a lot, brother. Thank you. All right, guys. I am also going to call it a night. This is the part of the evening where I mentioned there's a delay between what I'm saying and what you're seeing. So I'm going to go ahead and roll out, and I wanted to say thank you to absolutely everybody who supported the channel knife sale, to everybody who has gifted memberships or become a channel member or watches the videos or watches the live streams. Thank you. You guys are truly and utterly amazing. I would not do this without you. And so with all of that being said, thank you for being here tonight and for watching the live stream. And I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week. Keep your ears tuned, because we're going to be planning a second live stream moving into 2024. I don't know what day we're going to be adding a second live stream to. Most likely it'll be a weekend, and I'll run a poll on the community channel to see what people prefer. So looking forward to that. You're all amazing. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I'll catch you on the flip side.